Unit 10 is about principal and interest and discount points and charges at closing. Number 1 says 2 discount points cost the seller $3,300. What is the amount of this loan? Well, we know that a discount point is 1% of the loan value. So if they got 2, that is 2%. Know that the actual charge was $3,300. We can divide this by 2% since it's 2 discount points. Divide it by 0.02. And that will give us the loan amount of $165,000. So your answer is C. Number 2 says, how much monthly PITI payment can a prospective buyer qualify for if the buyer earns $3,300 monthly and the lender applies 2836 qualifying ratios? Remember, if we are just talking about PITI payments, that is the first number. It is 28% in this question. The second number is total debts plus the principal and interest with taxes and insurance. So, and it is based off of their monthly income. So their monthly income, I'll write bigger, monthly income is $3,300. And the lender applies 28% for their payment. So we can multiply this by 0.28 or 28%, which tells us that their monthly payment can be $924. So your answer is A. Number 3 says a couple moving to Dallas can get a 90% conventional loan for 20 years at 4%. It will require a monthly principal and interest payment of $6.06 per $1,000 of the loan amount. How much financing can they qualify for if their combined monthly income is $6,800 rounded to the nearest dollar? The lender will permit them to devote up to 25% of their grossly monthly income to principal and interest payments. So we are not having to deal with taxes or insurance on this. We are only worried about principal and interest payments. We know that their monthly income, which is what their payment is based off of, is $6,800. We also know that the lender will let them devote 25% of their monthly income to their payment. So let's find 25% of that. We're going to multiply by 0.25. So their monthly payment can be $1,700. So we know that their payment is based off of $6.06 per thousand. We're going to work this just like we did on when we figured out taxes. So we are going to take the monthly payment and we're going to work it backwards, okay? Just like we did before. We are going to divide by 6.06, the rate, and multiply by 1,000 because it's $6.06 per 1,000. And that will give us the loan amount. When you do the math on that, that is $280,528. So your answer is D. Number 4 says, using this information, calculate the price of the house this couple can purchase. Divide the loan amount by the loan to value ratio to get the purchase price. So 90% conventional loan, this is the loan to value. That is the LTV. So we know that the loan amount is $280,528. We can divide that by the 90%, 0.9, and that will give us the actual sales price. When you do that, that is $311,698. So your answer is D. Number 5 says, if a lender agrees to make an 80% loan on a house that sells for $290,000, that appraises for $280,000, what is the amount of the loan? So 80% is the amount that they'll actually give the loan. This is the LTV, loan to value. So they'll do 80% of whatever the value is. Even if the contract is $290,000, it only appraised for $280,000. This is the actual value. This is what the bank uses for the LTV. They do not go by contract price if the appraisal comes in lower. If it came in higher, it would not matter, but they use whichever is lower, either the sales price or the appraisal. Since it only appraised for $280,000, which is lower than the sales price, this is the number that we're going to use, the $280,000. So the appraised value was $280,000, and the LTV is 80%. So they will loan 80% of that. So if we multiply that by 80%, which is the LTV, their loan amount would be $224,000. So the answer would be B.